This is the future.
Okay. So, wonderful question. So, my question to the audience here would be, how many of you are aware of Aadhaar biometric locks? And how many have implemented that? Okay, I see barely few hands rising up, right? I think this is a prevention measure that's already in place, initiated by Aadhaar, right? UIDI really implements this, wants all of us to have a Aadhaar biometric so that your Aadhaar is not compromised. Okay, to this, I'll ask you again, how many of you have Netflix at home? Subscription for Netflix or any OTT platform in that case? Okay, I see a lot of numbers here. Okay, and I'll ask you this question again in this context. How many of you have the cyber, the what you call antivirus implemented in your mobile? How many of you subscribe for that? Because we don't spend, I have very few hands here. We are more, alienated towards spending on OTT than having our own privacy done here. Next question to you would be, I think we are very conservative when it comes to using Gmail. We talk about it. How many of you have two-factor authentication? Many of us, well, but how many of you have ensured this for your family members? Your father, your child? Very few. So that speaks, it speaks all. That means it is a personal responsibility here. So when you talk about privacy, we have this Data Privacy Act coming up already, and then we are waiting for regulations to set in force. While the government is trying to really work upon all these parameters, it is an individual responsibility to ensure that your data is protected. Do you, again a question to you, all of you, rather, you have applied for credit cards, you have applied for different bank loans. How many of you actually read the terms and conditions and the most important terms and conditions, which is here marked? We don't have time, really? You're compromising your financial security there and you don't read it? And suddenly you, due to some exigency, you falter on payments and your father or sister or your girlfriend in that case gets a call. How fair it is? It is not fair at all, right? That means you have compromised this information. You have not read the entire details. So that is why the entire concept of Data Privacy and Data Protection Act, I'm expecting the consent to come up very clearly, which prohibits individuals, which prohibits the data processors and the data fiduciary to have a control, not to take more information than what is expected out of you.
Good.